You swallow a tablet in seconds and almost never think about it. It seems like one of the simplest objects in modern life, small, solid, ordinary. But for that tiny pill to do its job, it has to solve a difficult set of problems. It must survive manufacturing, packaging, shipping, and storage without breaking apart too soon. It must carry the same measured dose every time. Then, after all that stability, it must do the opposite and begin to fall apart in the right way once it enters the body. What looks simple is actually a tightly controlled system of chemistry, engineering, and timing. So how does something this small become this reliable? Let's get into it right here on Secrets of Simple Things. A drug has to be found first. Before any tablet reaches a production line, the drug itself has to be developed. That can take years. Scientists study a condition, test compounds, and search for one that produces a useful effect safely enough to become a medicine. Only after a promising drug has been identified do they begin the next challenge, turning that chemistry into a form people can actually use. That matters because medicine is not only about what a compound can do in theory, it is also about whether it can be delivered in a practical, stable, repeatable way. A treatment is not very useful if it is too fragile to manufacture, too unstable to store, or too inconsistent to dose accurately. Discovering the drug is only the beginning. The real question is how to turn it into an object that can survive the real world. And that is where one of the biggest misunderstandings begins. A tablet is not simply medicine pressed into shape. A tablet isn't just medicine. Most people imagine a tablet as if nearly everything inside it is the drug meant to help them. In reality, the active ingredient often makes up only a small fraction of the final tablet. The rest is made up of excipients, supporting ingredients that help the medicine exist in a stable, usable form. The active ingredient produces the therapeutic effect. Excipients do not treat the illness directly, but they make treatment possible in practice. Some act as binders, helping loose powder hold together as a solid tablet instead of falling back into dust. Some act as lubricants, reducing friction so the mixture can pass through machinery without sticking. Others act as disintegrants, helping the tablet break apart after swallowing so the active ingredient can be released properly. There may also be ingredients that improve taste, add color, protect the drug from moisture and light, or support the tablet's stability over time. That is why a tablet is not simply a way to carry medicine into the body. It is a way to carry medicine into the body reliably. The pill has to behave predictably. It must survive the factory, the package, the shelf, and the journey into your hand, then begin changing only when it is supposed to. In that sense, designing a tablet is really designing behavior. Making the blend reliable. That behavior begins long before the pill has a familiar shape. First, every ingredient has to be weighed with high precision. Even a small deviation can affect how safe or effective the final tablet will be. Once the ingredients are measured, they move into industrial mixers. Different powders behave differently. Some need gentle blending so their particles are not damaged or separated. Others require more forceful mixing to achieve consistency. The aim is not merely to combine everything, but to distribute the active ingredient evenly throughout the batch. If the mixture is not uniform, two tablets can look identical while carrying different amounts of the drug, and in medicine that is unacceptable. Every tablet has to make the same promise, but even a well-mixed powder is not automatically easy to manufacture. Fine particles can flow unevenly, separate from one another, or compress inconsistently. This is why granulation matters. In simple terms, granulation is the step where manufacturers teach powder how to behave. In wet granulation, a liquid binder is added to the powder mixture, forming a damp mass that is pushed through a screen to create small granules, which are then dried. In dry granulation, no liquid is used. Instead, the powder is compacted into dense sheets or chunks, then broken down into smaller granules. Those granules flow more consistently, fill tablet dies more evenly, and respond better during compression. They also make the final tablets more durable during packaging and transport, while helping them break apart more predictably later. Before a tablet is designed to behave properly inside the body, its material first has to be designed to behave properly inside the factory. The moment powder becomes a pill, only then is the mixture ready to take on the shape we instantly recognize. The granules are fed into a tablet press where the material is shaped and compressed into solid pills. Inside the machine, a die forms the cavity, while an upper punch and a lower punch come together to squeeze the material into its final form. That is how the tablet receives its size, shape, markings, logo, or scoreline for splitting. But the real story here is not appearance, it is pressure. The force used in compression has to be carefully controlled because the tablet must land in a narrow middle ground. If the pressure is too high, the tablet can become too hard and dissolve too slowly. If the pressure is too low, it may chip, crumble, or break during handling. So this stage is monitored closely. Manufacturers check weight, thickness, and hardness to make sure each tablet remains consistent with the rest. What looks like a simple act of pressing powder into shape is really a balancing act between strength and performance. The tablet has to stay intact long enough to be useful, but not so intact that it fails to release the medicine properly. The outer layer with an inner purpose. Even after the pill has taken shape, many tablets are still not finished. At first glance, a coating can seem like a cosmetic touch that makes the pill smoother, shinier, or easier to swallow. But in many cases, the outer layer is doing much more than that. It can hide bitterness, protect the active ingredient from moisture and light, and help control when and where the tablet begins to break down. That last job changes how you see the pill. Some coatings are designed so the tablet will not dissolve in the stomach at all. Enteric coatings, for example, stay intact in stomach acid and only dissolve later in the intestine. That can protect the stomach, protect the drug, or make sure the medicine is released where it will work best. The coating is usually applied by tumbling tablets in a rotating drum, while a liquid layer is sprayed onto them, then drying them into a thin shell. What looks like a surface detail is actually a way of controlling behavior inside the body. But however clever the design is, none of it matters unless every tablet performs as promised. Trust has to be manufactured too. This is where the process stops being only about production and becomes about trust. At multiple stages, tablets are sampled and tested to make sure they meet strict standards. Manufacturers check weight, thickness, hardness, disintegration time, and dissolution rate. These are not minor details. They are the difference between a tablet that looks right and a tablet that works right. Purity matters too. The product has to be checked for contamination and verified to contain the correct ingredient in the correct amount. Techniques such as chromatography and spectroscopy help confirm that what is inside the tablet is exactly what is supposed to be there. If a batch fails those standards, it can be rejected entirely. A tablet can look perfectly fine to the eye and still fail in the ways that matter most. It may be the wrong strength. It may fall apart too quickly or not quickly enough. It may contain something that should not be there at all. That is why people can rely on something so small. The system is not built around appearances. It is built around proof. In medicine, close enough is not good enough. Even the package has a job. By the time a tablet reaches packaging, it may look finished, but the package is not just a place to store it. It is part of the system that keeps the tablet usable. Medicine can be damaged by light, moisture, and oxygen, all of which can weaken the active ingredient or change how the tablet performs. That is why blister packs, bottles, and sealed pouches matter. They protect the tablet from the outside world for as long as possible. The packaging stage is also highly automated. Machines count tablets, sort them, place them into the correct format, seal the package, and apply labels. Those labels carry essential information: the drug's name, dosage, expiration date, and storage instructions. From there, the medicine can be shipped to pharmacies, hospitals, and clinics. Even after the tablet itself is complete, it still needs the right environment to keep doing what it was designed to do. And that is what makes a tiny pill very different from how simple it looks. A small object designed for precision. A tablet can seem almost forgettable. One small piece of medicine, one quick swallow, one sip of water, and then you move on. But behind that tiny object is a long chain of design decisions. The formula has to be right. The materials have to behave. The pressure has to be controlled. The tablet has to stay stable, break apart at the right moment, survive packaging, and pass repeated checks before anyone is allowed to reach for it. What reaches your hand is not just medicine in a convenient shape. It is a carefully engineered object designed to deliver the right dose, in the right way, at the right time. The tablet may be tiny, but almost nothing about it is accidental. We usually see only the final moment, the tablet in a packet, the hand that reaches for it, the quick swallow. Hidden inside that ordinary gesture is a chain of decisions about stability, timing, strength, protection, and proof. It is easy to overlook precisely because it works so quietly. That is the hidden achievement of the modern tablet. The next time you swallow a tablet, you may never see it as just a small pill again. Behind that brief moment is a long chain of design, testing, and control, all working quietly so something ordinary can do something remarkably precise. If this video changed the way you look at simple things, subscribe to the channel for more stories hidden inside everyday objects, and tell us in the comments, what is another ordinary thing you use all the time but have never really thought about?